We're back at it again. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm Daniel Rodriguez. Welcome to my channel. The first movie of 2018, or at least the first 2018 movie that I've watched that has been released in 2018. Now, I know it was released in 2017. I know it's released at the beginning of December, but in certain locations. It was released to me in my theater at 2018, so we're going to consider it a 2018 film because... Fuck you, that's why. I'm going to consider it a 2018 film. So at the end of the year, if I do a top 10 best and Tonya ends up on it, I don't know if it will. If it does, then it's going to be on for the 2018 movie. So, deal with it. Anyway, it's been a long time. How are you guys? Man, when was the last spoiler review that I did? The Last Jedi? Or aka The Last Hope for a Good Star Wars film? Fuck. Let's go ahead and get on to Tonya. Now, there's not much to spoil because obviously a lot of this happened in real life. Let me tell you what happens. Okay, and spoilers. If you haven't seen Tonya, go watch Tonya, go watch my quick review, and go watch my regular movie review for it. And then go see Tonya. And then come back. Basically, let me tell you. Tonya Harding... Long story short, her husband or her bodyguard hired guys to go and bash Nancy's knee in, or to hurt her, and they bashed her knee in. Nancy Kerrigan was a competitor around the Olympics time in the 90s, and yeah, pretty much. And then O.J. Simpson happened. Yeah. So, yeah, that's kind of it. I mean, it's a biopic, and it's about Tonya Harding's life, and basically, this is what I want to talk about of the spoilers. Is she a victim? And honestly, I know a lot of people are kind of fighting and 50-50, like, yeah, Tonya Harding's a piece of shit, she's just white trash, and yeah, she's white trash, she's fucking white trash. But, yeah, she's a victim. Now, Nancy's the victim. They're both victims. Nancy's the victim of, obviously, the knee bashing. And then Tonya's really the victim of an abusive relationship. An abusive mother. They're both victims. Now, I'm still on a little more Nancy Kerrigan's side, but if we're going to go deep in depth and what this movie holds, this movie, the third act contains the whole Nancy Kerrigan stuff, but really the whole movie is for you to know who Tonya Harding is. Hey, this is Tonya Harding. Look at the way her mother treated her. Look at the way her husband treated her. Look at the way the world treated her. One minute they love you, and the next minute they, everybody's just up against you, Is it just to entertain? This is all I know. I don't know anything else. The skating is the only thing I have left in life. That is what the whole movie is about. So for those just going in and, kind of like what I was thinking, okay, let's get to the Nancy Kerrigan stuff, and then all of a sudden, no, we're learning about Tonya Harding. We're learning from childhood and all the way to a teenage and all the way to adulthood, which I think they played very well. They really, first off, I've said in my other reviews, the casting, the cast, the acting, and the soundtrack are the three top things about this film. Sebastian Stan is fantastic. He is the #1 actor in the film that really just blew me away. I know Margot Robbie could act. I know Allison Janney could act. I know Sebastian Stan could act, but I mean, come on, I've only seen him more as the Winter Soldier than anything else. I mean, come on, he doesn't really... He acts in there, of course. I love him as a Winter Soldier, but he doesn't really, come on, he's not getting a Golden Globe nomination for fucking Winter Soldier. For Tonya, though, this guy, I could see him getting an Oscar nomination. I don't see him winning. Not at all. But I can see him getting an Oscar nomination. I can. Something about his role and the look in his eye and each and every character. These are based on real people, real counterparts, real stuff. This really happened in real life. They look 95% so close to their actual counterparts, and it baffles me, because you look at them and then you see the actual footage, and it's almost like if this is an entire actual reenactment, perfectly done. That's hard to do. That's, you really, the last time that was that good was maybe Lincoln with Daniel Day-Lewis as Lincoln. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty damn close. So it was spot on perfect with the casting. A lot of other talented actors and actresses showed up in here as well. I mean, Bobby Cannavale, I don't know how to say his last name. Fantastic actor. Sadly, he was misused in Jumanji so bad. Not the movie, but his character. He had so much. He could have been the greatest villain, man. And no, I don't know. He's just a guy who. Jumanji. Fuck out of here. He was perfect in Mr. Robot. Yeah. Just want my shake. That's it. Is he dead? So here with my pros, honestly. I'm not going to go throughout the whole film because really, come on, it's a spoiler review. How much are we going to talk about it? She was abused as a kid. Those scenes were intense. I think the number one scene that really got me the most, and because I'm writing a TV show, I'm not going to go into detail. I'm writing this TV show that is abusive relationship, and it's a revenge story. And mine, you know, it's fist and blood everywhere, and I mean, it's intense. I'm saying mine's more intense than Tonya, but what they show in the film, that scene where she ends up, she says, "Get your hands off me," or something, or she doesn't want to be touched. All of a sudden, she opens the refrigerator, and she's like, "Where are my goddamn, you know, duffel bars, or Dove bars, or, you know, ice cream bars?" She closes the door and turns around, and he just socks her with a celery or a hand of something. And I was like, oh my god. Like, just the way it looked, and I'm glad it wasn't like her crying on the floor afterwards, because they just kind of cut away. But I mean, she was probably knocked out cold, and I mean, it shows you, like, Nancy, yeah, no wonder she's such a freaking, I don't want to say bitch, I don't know the woman, but from what I've seen, you know, she's ruthless, you know, she'll say shit, she'll say stuff, what she means, and what she feels. Okay. She looks like she could be a hard friend to be. She looks like she'll just tell you, like, really straight up. She's a straight up person, I guess. But she gets that from her mom, and she gets that from her, obviously, experiences in life. And plus, she can't skate in the ring anymore, you know what I mean? She can't go ice skating anymore because she's banned from that. So you got to imagine how she feels, which I think that was way done with the judge, honestly. Like, in real life, banning her from ice skating, that was a little overboard there. Margot Robbie plays it fantastically. She's perfect. Nomination worthy, not winning worthy. I wouldn't say she's going to win, nothing, but definitely a nomination. You know, a little recognition for her role, because she became Tonya Harding. You saw it. I didn't see Harley Quinn out there. I didn't see the beautiful bimbo from Wolf of Wall Street. I didn't see Margot Robbie. I saw Tonya Harding. And she disappeared into that role, and I love that. I love when they disappear into the role and they put the work in. Allison Janney, or Allison Janney, I don't know, am I saying it right? Allison Janney, fantastic. Again, she won the Golden Globe. Perfect. She's well deserved. She knocks it out in this film, and I think there's that scene at the end when she is recording the conversation, and Tonya finds out, and she's like, "Get the fuck out, I never want to see you again." That was intense. I mean, there are moments in here where you're sitting down and you're like, wow, this happened. You know, I don't know if every single scene, you know, to an exact point, but this happened some form or another. Like, wow. That's the scene I wanted to bring up that I couldn't talk about in the other stuff. The part where Tonya Harding didn't know that they were going to go do something to Nancy. Okay. Yeah. But in the movie, Sebastian Stan's character, Galugi or whatever, he's just like, because he was talking to his fat friend, and he was like, "The death threat's off." And she's just like skating in the ring, and that's when she calls her bodyguard, you know, "Stay away from me, fat ass," and all that shit. Like, she was just mean to him. And that's when he's saying, like, I need another money. I need more money. You know, the guys don't accept us $1,000. That's when they were at the ice skating ring and stuff. I mean, she obviously knew, and yeah, there was a death threat on her, but she obviously, they were talking about doing something to Nancy. She knew something was brewing. Come on. You knew there was a potential of something happening to Nancy. Maybe you didn't know the exact thing that was going to happen. Maybe you didn't. But you knew that they were going to do something. And that's where you know. I mean, come on. Come on. And that's where you are, well, you're in trouble. You're guilty. Now, there's a scene where he rides, and they're not talking. They're not talking. And they have a beautiful relationship. Not the abusive part, but I'm saying when they fall in love, and she's a teenager, and she has her short hair, and she's the braces and stuff. It's a beautiful thing. It's definitely they fall in love, and it's a beautiful thing to watch. But there's a part where he goes into the stadium, and he's like, Tonya, fuck you, and he just walks back out. He's so happy with himself. They're dumbasses, man. They really are. But it was perfect. It was just, there was a lot of comedy in this film. It's a great balance between comedy and realism and real things that happen to real people. And a lot of people in my theater laughed at important things, at serious things. They laughed. And that's something I didn't get, because it didn't seem like a laughing matter in certain, like, I don't know if that's supposed to be funny, but a lot of people laugh though. And I'm not, there's more important scenes. This ain't a total important scene, but the part where she has her makeup, it's the Olympics, and she, before she's like, crying and stuff on the ice skating ring, there's a part where she's looking in the mirror, and she has lipstick on her teeth right there, on her, and people are laughing. And I'm just like, come on, ladies, I'm pretty sure you've made that mistake before. Like, you're laughing, really? Guys, is this really fun? Is this what makes people laugh? Are you serious? Are y'all just laughing? I bet you guys laugh at cat fucking videos, don't you? You're those people. You laugh at fucking a cat just like falling on the, oh, wow, awesome. This is grade A stuff, man. Look at that stupid little cat. Look, cat, oh my god. Come on. There were serious moments in the film where people laugh. I don't even know if one time she got hit, somebody laughed. Anyway, they need to check themselves. It makes you see Tonya Harding in a different way, and then when you see Tonya in an interview today, you're like, no, she's still the same person. Never mind. She's still the same. Never mind. She's still a douche. Whatever. But now you see why she is the way she is, because now you look and you're like, okay, now she's 50-50 every now and then. Honestly, I don't know if she's bipolar or not. Probably not, but whatever. She's her own person. She can do whatever she wants. She was the most famous ice skating person at a time. There's better people now, obviously. I mean, this was back in the 90s, let's be honest here. This is something people forgot. I mean, it's not every day somebody was thinking about Tonya Harding, remember her. It's something happened in the 90s and happened. It's over. They made a movie about it. I don't know why it took them over 20 years to make a movie about it, but okay, it happened. And again, not really a lot of Nancy Kerrigan point of view. I wanted to see a lot more of her point of view, and the actress who played her, I wanted to see more of that. And the guy broke the window with his head, by the way. I mean, what the hell was that? I mean, come on. They call it the Goodfellas of ice skating or whatever. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I don't know. Yeah. I can't. I just can't put it in my mouth. The ending with her in the boxing ring. At that point, it was getting like, let's end the film already, please. Let's listen. You could just say Tonya Harding went into boxing. You didn't have to show her, And I love the fourth wall breaks, but that whole point at the end where she's like, and all this was, and that's my story, or something like that. I'm like, did a 5-year-old write the ending? And that's my story. and all of it happened. You know, blood on the floor, and like, look, you know, like, really? Maybe some people will love that ending, but for me, I'm like, you could have ended it 20 minutes ago. You didn't have to continue. You could have ended it. You don't have to, please stop. It's, for me, it's a good film. It's not great. It's not a bad film. It's not mediocre. It's a good film. It's a 7.3 out of a 10 is what I gave it. It's right there where it's good, and it's enjoyable, and it has a good sense of humor. It gets deep, dramatic. The acting, soundtrack, and the cast are all perfect. Especially the actor of the big guy, where he's like, you know, CIA operative. I shouldn't even be saying his name. Derek. You know what I mean? Like, that guy was perfect. He was really, I think his name was Sean, maybe? I think his name was Sean. Very perfect. Again, everybody did their job. Everybody did their role. Everybody was entertaining. It was an entertaining film. I was entertained. I love the music in there. It is by far the best movie of 2018 out of the first 2 weeks. You know, it'll get topped. But for now, for me, Tonya is number one of 2018 so far. Come on, we're 2 weeks in. What do you want me to say? And out of the neon films, because it's a neon film, you know, you have a few neon films. The only two that I've seen of neon is Colossal. I really enjoyed Colossal. And then you have Ingrid Goes West, which I enjoyed Ingrid Goes West. But if you put those three, you know, and Bad Batch, I haven't seen Bad Batch yet. But if you put Colossal, Ingrid Goes West, and Tonya, I'd say Tonya is the best one out of them. And then I would say Colossal, and then I would say Ingrid Goes West. Anyway, that's kind of it out of the spoiler review. I mean, there's nothing else I need to say. I mean, that's it, you know. If you guys would like to tell me what you guys think about Tonya and the problems you had with it, maybe you had problems, maybe you didn't, I'd like to hear your thoughts. I really do appreciate you guys. If you enjoyed, make sure to like, comment, share, and hit that subscribe button. I really do appreciate it. There's a lot more spoiler reviews to come. I do plan on doing an Insidious, The Last Key spoiler review, as well, possibly the Darkest Hour spoiler review. I'm not sure about that yet. But there's a few movies I'm going to be getting done soon, so I appreciate you guys. I'll see you for the next one. Tell me what you think about Tonya. Again, I'd really love to hear your thoughts on it, and whether you agree or disagree with me. Till next time, bye-bye.